Ahoy!
Welcome to the season 1 recap of Bottom of the Stream.
Did a big one.
You did a big one. That was a big one.
Yes, a recap of the season.
Yeah, so we're not talking about a film this week. We are recapping all of everything we've gone through in the last 25 episodes.
You could say it's reflections of the series.
The reflections of the series?
Yeah, reflections in the stream.
You could say that. I'm not going to say that. That's awful. Reflections in the stream. It's like an 80s music video or something.
It might be a Dolly Parton song.
That's Islands in the Stream. Yeah, so basically what we're going to do today is just go through the stream table in order, give you some stats on it, give you some thoughts on it. We've got some listener feedback on it. We've got a couple of announcements to make, and we'll just go from there and see what happens, really.
We wanted a week off from watching a film, didn't we?
Not really. We've both been to London. We've not had a chance to watch a film.
Yeah, we'll choose the first film for season 2.
At the end of the episode, we'll choose the first film for the next season, which will be next week.
Yeah.
Straight into season 2. We don't need a week off.
No. We're just delving a different...
Yeah, it's just a different stream.
No, it's the same stream. Still on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, true. Same stream, different, same boat. Who knows? Anyway. Before all that, I've got some Netflix news.
Oh, good.
Get my papers ready. Okay. All organised this week. Netflix made an announcement earlier this week that they are going to release 5 original horror films in October. 1 a week leading up to Halloween. Do you want to know what these 5 films are?
That sounds right up your street.
It is right on my street, and all 5 of these films sound really good.
Okay.
So, on the 27th of September, they were releasing a film called In the Shadow of the Moon.
Okay.
Which is about a Philadelphia detective who slowly unravels as he nurses a lifelong obsession with a mysterious female serial killer.
Oh.
So, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that
So,
one.
are these do you think these are going to be pitched quite mainstream?
Yes, I think so. I think they're going to go...
As a bit
one of them certainly is going to go right at the top of the
As a
stream.
bit of a gimmick. Yeah. Are we starring quite big names here?
No, not really.
Is it a bit of a mixture?
There's a bit of a mixture.
Okay.
The next one, on the 4th of October, is very exciting, and I can't wait for it, is In the Tall Grass.
Oh yeah, we've mentioned this before.
We have mentioned it before. It is an adaptation of a Stephen King and Joe Hill novella.
It's directed by the same guy who directed Cube, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Which we will talk about.
Yeah.
Because we watched Cube.
Cube's in the table. Basically, have you read In the Tall Grass?
No.
So, it was written by Stephen King and Joe Hill, who was Stephen King's son. But it was never been released as a book. It was an audiobook and a Kindle book only. However, next month Joe Hill's releasing an anthology of novellas called Full Throttle, and it's going to be in that. So it'll be in print for the first time.
I see.
So yeah, that's coming out on the 4th of October. They also Netflix released a trailer for it this week.
What's the premise?
Oh yeah, I'm not giving you the premise. So it says, after hearing a child's cry for help from a field of tall grass, a woman and her brother wade in to try and help out, only to find that there may not be a way back.
Oh, that sounds quite a traditional.
It's very
horror.
Supernaturally
Excellent.
Yeah, it's a really good book. If you get a chance to get hold of Full Throttle when Joe Hill releases it, his stories are all brilliant.
Yeah, he is. I've read a lot of his stuff.
Heart-Shaped Box is the best book I've read since The Shining. It's so good. Yes, I'm really excited for that one. We all know how big of a Stephen King fan I am. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold, so if I sound a bit sexy deep voice, that's why. And I've also got...
You do say so.
Well, I've always got a sexy deep voice, but today it's more so. On the 11th of October, they're releasing a film called Fractured, which is about a man's wife and injured daughter disappear from a hospital. The man conducts a panic search and becomes convinced that the hospital is hiding something from him.
Okay.
That sounds quite interesting. On the 18th of October, Eli is coming out. Now, I showed you the poster for Eli the other day.
We talked about it at the weekend.
We did.
And we didn't know it was coming
anything
on
about
Netflix.
it or what it was, but the poster's really good, I think. And that is about an isolated 11-year-old boy who gets checked into an isolation clinic to undergo experimental therapy. That looks really good. I'm excited for that one. And this one, the next one, the last one, is right up my street. It comes out on the 25th of October. It's a film called Rattlesnake. And it says, after a stranger saves her daughter from a deadly rattlesnake bite, a single mother must commit an unthinkable act as payment.
Oh.
So that sounds really...
I like
really
the
good.
Brevity of the premise, because that could be
literally anything. Yeah. Yeah, so that's quite an exciting announcement from Netflix. So they're going to do that in October. And they take a bit of stick for not releasing many horror films. So I think that's going to be... I think they're all going to go to the top of the stream. I don't think we're going to talk about many.
Well, we
never know.
We can
one of them
maybe
might plummet to the bottom.
reference them in the
I'm definitely going to watch all 5
intro.
of them. So
yeah, there's some of those sound quite
we'll mention them in the What Have You Watched This Week section of the podcast. I mentioned the trailer for In the Tall Grass is out. That's really good. The trailer makes it look really good. Very Stephen King-y. they've also released a trailer for Big Mouth Season 3.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever watched Big Mouth?
I've seen a couple of the first couple. I need to go back to it.
The fact that show exists is absolutely mental. It is absolutely mental. And the trailer for Season 3 is pulling no punches. It is going to come back with a bang, literally. But yeah, I really like Big Mouth and it's fun to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that comes out in October as well.
I think I saw a tweet recently and I'm pretty sure some of the guys from Queer Eye are guesting in the new series.
They're in the trailer. So yeah, all of them are, I think.
Oh, everything's connected.
So they take Coach Steve and Queer Eye him up.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. Big Mouth's a great show. If you've not seen Big Mouth, go and watch the first 2 seasons. And did you also hear that Netflix have purchased Seinfeld?
Yes, I did see this, but not for a while.
2021 it's going to start streaming. Have you heard how much they paid for it, reportedly?
No.
$500 million.
Wow.
That's for a show that finished, 20 years ago?
Larry David is so rich.
It really is.
How much money him and Jerry Seinfeld are getting out of that? And how much money they've already got over the last 20 years as it's just been on repeat.
I don't see the thinking behind it. I mean, Seinfeld's a great show, but is it going to bring in that many listeners, that many viewers onto Netflix?
Look at the outrage when they nearly lost friends.
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose there is that. $500 million is a lot of money, though. But yeah, that's my Netflix news.
You're buying content. You're buying 8 series or whatever it is of.
I just don't see how they make their money back on that. But we'll see. I might rewatch it. I don't think I watched all of Seinfeld, but I've certainly watched a lot of it. It is a great show. Yeah. That's my Netflix news.
Good.
Got any news yourself?
No.
Been watching anything on Netflix?
Not really.
Okay.
You've
been with me.
Yeah, we've been away.
Spent the weekend in London together.
The only thing that I've really seen a bit of is another random reality show.
Oh, right. You love your reality shows.
Well, so do you. You love that glass blowing one.
Yeah, well, that was great.
Yeah, I never said it wasn't. Skin Wars.
What is that about tattoos?
No, it's body painting.
Oh, really?
So it's basically art. Yeah, who's the best body painting artist? And but a lot of them are like they do stuff like camouflaging into backgrounds and.
Is it good?
It's quite good, yeah. And multiple people, and they stand together in a certain way, and they create a moving image basically, and it's all painted onto them. Yeah, it's quite good.
I might have to give that a go. That sounds quite interesting. Yeah. Is it like a competition then?
Yeah. Yeah, it's your standard reality thrown out every week and...
Exciting.
Yeah, it's alright.
American?
Yeah. Very.
Bit like Blown Away.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll give that a watch. Go and check that out. What's it called?
Skin Wars.
Good name as well. I like it. What's next on our agenda?
Sounds like a Star Wars porno, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba your Hutt.
Let's move on from that. Shall we make an announcement?
Go for it.
Shall I announce that from next week we're going to have a new logo for the podcast?
Yeah, let's announce that.
This is exciting. Right, we've got a listener. His name's Ross Cook. He's an absolute hero.
Hi, Ross.
He's my new hero. He's out of the blue just decided he was going to send us a logo. And it's fucking brilliant. It's really good.
Yeah, he's a very talented artist.
He's a very talented artist. Go and check him out on Instagram. Because some of his stuff's on Instagram is brilliant. He's like a comic book style artist.
Yeah.
His Instagram, though, is quite complicated. It's at Ross_Cook with an E _comic_art. So I don't think he ever intended for anybody to read that out on a podcast when he made it. But yeah, definitely go and check him out. So he's just done a print of, The Boys that's on Amazon.
Yes.
He's done a recreation of that. It's a recreation of, I think, Spider-Man fighting somebody. But he's used the 2 characters from The Boys, Homelander and Bad Guy.
Yeah.
Whose name's already gone. It's brilliant.
Yeah, he's a very talented guy.
He is. He's got a shop on there as well, so you can buy his prints and stuff. But this new logo is brilliant. We'll tweet it out this week and we'll start using it as the full-on show logo as of next week. It's so good that we've made some stickers.
Yeah.
We've made some stickers out of it, because that's what podcasts do.
Yeah.
Podcasts make stickers. So
I've wallpapered a room in my house just with the stickers.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'm going to stick them all over the wall in here, so we've got a lot of them. And we need to give them away. We need to get you guys to have them, because we don't want them. We know what the logo is. So if you want one, just get in touch and we'll send you some.
Yeah.
I've got no issue with sending them out to anybody. No. You can have them. I've not done the socials, so that's probably a good time to do that. So get in touch with us on Twitter at BOTS_podcast. Get in touch with us on Instagram at BOTS_podcast. Facebook, facebook.com/bottom of the stream. You could drop us an email at bottomofthestream@gmail.com, or you can go on the website www.bottomofthestream.com. On there you can get in touch with us, or you can listen to all the episodes.
You can find the stream table.
Yep, full on stream table.
Of season 1.
Of season 1.
And as of next week, there will be a second page.
There will. With one film on. And it'll be the top and the bottom of the stream table. Yeah.
And we'll start this all over again.
We will. From scratch.
Yeah.
We might have some new features and some new things. But yeah, if you want a sticker, please just ask us and we'll send you one. You stuck some around London last week.
I did.
So if you're in and around London, you might find some.
Yeah. Or I don't think I stuck any on a moving person.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, you should have.
I'm in Manchester next week. I'll try it.
I'll
try and get a couple of moving targets without them knowing. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So we should probably thank my brother for the previous logo, because he did the season 1 logo as it is now. His Twitter is @designersaw.
Good name.
01.
Yeah. Solid Twitter handle.
Because he's a designer and he's a dinosaur. Designersaw 01. Yeah. So check him out as well. He's not really an artist, but he's pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, we'll tweet out what this new logo is this week at some point. That's it. Shall we get on to talking about the stream table?
Let's reminisce.
Let's go. I'm going to put that sound effect in.
Do it. So find it.
Go Wayne's World. How do you want to start? I've got some stats. Do you want me to go through some stats?
Go on then. Give us some stats. I think what we'll do, because 25 is quite a lot of films, and we are not going to go through each one line by line necessarily. So do you want to split them into a couple of sections?
Yeah, we'll split them into 3 sections of 8, and then the number 1 we'll talk about for a little bit.
And we have not rehearsed. We have no script. We will just go for it.
Yeah, I have no idea what we're going to say.
And we've got a few facts you can pepper in.
Yeah, I've got some stats. Ross, who did the logos, also sent his version of the stream table in.
Good.
He has watched every single one of these films.
Legend.
And I think we are the only 3 people in the world that have watched every one of these films.
Yeah, possibly.
Unless you guys have. Unless somebody else has.
Yeah, let us know.
lying, then let me know, please.
And so we'll reference some of his thoughts as well.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, are we going top to bottom or bottom to top?
Bottom to top.
I think we've got to go bottom to top.
Definitely. So, do you want to read out what the bottom 8 films are?
Sure. So, in last place,
25th
out of 25, was Sierra Burgess is a Loser.
Quite literally, Sierra Burgess is lost. Let's briefly talk about Sierra Burgess.
We have got to speak briefly about this film.
I've got a stat on Sierra Burgess is a Loser.
Go on.
Every week I reference the IMDb scores for a film.
Yeah.
So I have compiled that into a table. So I have taken the stream table films, put their IMDb scores next to them, and then put where IMDb rates them compared to where we do. Sierra Burgess has the biggest gap. If IMDb rates Sierra Burgess 18 places higher than we do.
Okay.
At number 7.
Wow.
So according to them, it's the 7th best film we've watched.
And I've seen some of the IMDb reviews of Sierra Burgess as a Loser.
Yeah.
And they are not kind.
They are not kind. So
I'm quite surprised at that.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised at that as well. When I was doing these stats, I was quite surprised at that. It's a terrible film. It has a terrible example to people who are going to watch it. It's not necessarily the worst made film on the list. No. Not even close.
It has got some positives in it. And I will state again. It has some good performances in it.
Yeah, it does.
Shannon Purser is a good actress.
Yes.
And
I have no issue with Shannon Purser.
She is not bad in this film.
No.
But her character is horrible.
Yes.
Like, none of the characters in this really have any redeeming features.
No.
The chemistry between her and the lead male, Noah Centineo, is very good. Yeah. And it's quite... Their sort of falling in love part is quite believable. But as we've said, the sort of morality...
So she rapes him.
...behind this movie is very questionable.
Yeah. I hated it. I've stated many times during this season that I hated it. I can't believe it's been made in this day and age, but it has. Yeah.
If we had, bearing in mind it's very early days, if there was ever such thing as a bottom of the stream Hall of Fame, I think one of the first entry in that would probably be Shannon Purser.
Yeah, agreed.
For the infamy of this movie and the fact she pops up later on.
She pops up later on, further up the table as well. Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to listen to our podcast on Sierra Burgess as a Loser, that was episode 6. Yep. Of 25.
Go and check it out.
Go and check it out. So following that was Between Worlds. That was the Nicolas Cage film.
I hated this film.
You did hate this.
This was, for me, objectively, putting the moral issues aside of Sierra Burgess as a loser, this was the worst film on this list.
As far as films go, I agree. This was the worst film on the list.
I thought it would be fun and an over-the-top Nicolas Cage.
Actually, I've just said that. I don't agree. I think Hotbot's the worst film on this list.
I would watch Hotbot again over this. I never want to go anywhere near this again.
Between Worlds, it was awful. Like, the bottom of this table, all of these films are bad. Yeah. These 8 films that we're going to talk about in this section are really bad. Like, really bad.
There was 0 redeeming features to Between Worlds, and then he set himself on fire at the end, and it made no sense.
He did.
And it was supposed to be an erotic thriller. Yeah. And I said in the episode, there is nothing less erotic than Nicolas Cage in a leopard skin posing pouch.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving swiftly on to Hotbot. It's 23rd.
I wouldn't even talk about Hotbot.
Let's just skip over it. There's that...
Not funny.
Not funny. Awful. There's that one scene in the middle that's just disturbing.
With the jizz sock.
Yeah, with the jizz sock. Horrible, horrible, disturbing film. I've put that bit of paper there because it's got them on. You're moving my bit of paper.
I know, but I need the other bit of paper.
Oh yeah, where does Ross rate Hotbot? Bottom 3 are all the same as ours?
Yeah, same as ours.
Oh, that's interesting.
Same as ours.
Yeah.
So that's 25 through 23. So 22
yeah,
is The Open House, which was
episode 1.
Very first episode.
It was. First film we watched.
And it's garbage.
It is garbage.
Has The Open House got the worst ending out of any of the films we've seen?
Out of any film I've ever seen, I think.
Really? Really?
Pretty much. It literally builds this up all the way through and then just stops.
Do you want to just give a quick recap of the
You're
end?
going back a long time. This was April. Basically, they believe there's somebody in their house for most of the film, stalking them. It turns out there is. Everybody dies, and then the film ends. Yeah?
Yeah. So, and it basically turns... So, yeah, the end is you don't know who this person is that's stalking.
You never find out who it is.
It's just a random who likes going to open houses and hiding in them.
Where did Ross have open house?
He had it a lot higher up. He had
19.
Well, a couple. Oh, not a lot higher.
Not a lot higher, but a couple.
Three places higher up. 19.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Nothing happens in it.
No, it was not fun. It was not scary.
It's terrible. Swiftly followed at 21 by the Ghost Team, unrated.
Yeah, so that was quite a
very
recent
much
one.
Unrated by us.
Yeah, again, just nothing.
Just nothing happens in that.
I think again that was quite a recent one we did.
Yeah.
So to summarise, we liked the people in it.
Yeah.
You like John Heder. I like Justin Long, who is the more famous of the two.
Apparently so. He won that war. Yeah, I lost that argument.
Amy Sedaris, we like her.
Yeah, we do like her. She's an Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
Which I'm still watching.
How far?
Just finished season 3 just now, just before you came round.
David Krumholtz. Like all those people in it.
It's just a boring film.
It's not a good film.
It's not a good film.
It's not funny.
It's
not
really
scary.
bad. Where's Ross got that one?
He has Ghost Team at 13.
Wow.
So like...
He's got it above Don't Kill It. That guy's an idiot. Wow, okay. Murder Party next, 20.
Yeah.
Before we get on to Murder Party, Jeremy Saulnier tweeted about Murder Party this week.
He did, and this was brought to our attention by friend of the show, Wayne Evans.
Yeah, who's got another shout out. Friend of the show, Alex, will be very disappointed that Wayne's got another shout out. Yeah, Murder Party. He tweeted about Murder Party because Murder Party currently has a rating of 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. Which is crazy because...
So it's critic rating.
Well, yeah, that's what the Rotten Tomato critic rating is. Citizen Kane has a rating of 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, I've been asked 2 or 3 times during the making of this podcast why we don't use Rotten Tomatoes instead of IMDb. And it's basically because I don't like it. That's the answer. I don't like the way that they don't give any... So do you know how Rotten Tomatoes works?
Yes.
So I don't like the way that there's no middle ground. It's either good or bad. And so the films like Murder Party can... Just because 5 people think that's a good film, that's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. That's why I don't use it. I just don't like it.
The audience rating was a lot lower for it, though,
it's 53%.
Yeah.
Because that was his tweet. He tweeted that he makes films for critics.
Yeah, he's obviously being tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, of course he is, yeah. So, yeah, if anybody's wondering why we don't use Rotten Tomatoes, it's basically because I just don't like the way they rate things.
And Murder Party was weird. And it was not what I expected.
No, it wasn't. It was too violent. which sounds crazy.
I was expecting like a early Peter Jackson, brain dead type, fun, gory horror film.
It was just a bit too much, wasn't it?
And it was full on.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not indisposed to violence at all. It doesn't bother me, but it was out of nowhere. It didn't seem to really fit in with everything in the movie. And
it's the shortest film we've seen.
Is it?
That's one of my stats. Okay. It's only 79 minutes long.
Okay.
But yeah, it's too much. I just couldn't get on board with it because it's too weird.
Talking of weird.
I led you right in there, didn't I? 20 on the list is...
No, 19.
19 on the list.
So 19 on the list, it was episode 3.
Yeah.
Await further instructions.
Weird.
Which was the British sort of stuck in your house at Christmas movie.
Like some licorice monsters.
Yeah.
It was a bit like a Black Mirror episode, but one of the later ones when it's not been as good.
Yeah. And everyone died and the monster invaded a baby.
Except for the unborn baby. Yeah, it was... Don't watch out, though. Wait for your instructions.
Do listen to that episode. Episode 3 if you're
I think it's one of my favourites. It's really early. It's probably the most fun episode we've done.
Yeah, that might be the weirdest film we've watched in this series.
I think so.
It was just bonkers out there.
Talking of weird films, the rounding out this bottom 8 is number 18, The Package, which was episode 12. And that's about a guy who gets his dick chopped off. Yeah. Well, he doesn't get it chopped off, he chops it off himself. And then hilarity ensues. I don't know about The Package. It's not as funny as it thinks it is. It's juvenile. There's that one really good scene where it referenced Toy Story or whatever you thought it did.
It definitely does.
It definitely does.
Toy Story 2. When they're cleaning the dick up.
Yeah, when he's cleaning the dick.
Yeah, like Woody got cleaned in Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
And that's the joke.
Yeah,
and The Package has a couple of fun bits in it. How I can best sum it up is to say I had a lot more fun talking about that movie than watching it.
Yeah, definitely. You just wait for it to end. It's not fun. I've just looked at Ross's list. Have you seen where he's got it?
Yeah, very high.
Very high. He's got it in at number 5. That is high.
I think, though, to be fair, and I'll offer a possible defence here. I can see how, if it caught you in the right mood,
yeah,
you might rate it a bit higher.
Yeah, I'm very much against.
I think 5's way too high, but yeah, I think if you're in the right mood, it could sort of take you away.
We know I've got a real thing about comedy films. I just don't really do them, and it just would never hit me in that mood. So that's it. That's the bottom 8. I'm going to read through all my stats now.
Stat me up.
So I've got I've done some stats on the stream table, so I'm a bit of a stato.
Yeah.
So stream table does contain 25 films.
Yeah.
10 of those films are Netflix originals. Okay. 15 are not. Total film viewing time of 39 hours and 11 minutes. Total podcast listening time of 18 hours and 5 minutes.
Okay.
So about half. So we talk about them for about half as long as they're actually on. So I've rated them against IMDb, as I said. The number 1 and number 2 match.
Okay.
As do number 9 and number 16.
Right, okay.
Randomly. Biggest gap between us and IMDb is Sierra Burgess. Because, like I said, IMDb has 18 places higher than us. Biggest gap between IMDb and us is Bait. IMDb has it 12 places lower at 18th.
Right, wow.
So, and we have it at 6, I think.
Yep. No, 8.
Sorry, yeah. Highest rated film on the list is The Dawn Wall at 8.1.
That's a high rating.
That is, for IMDb, that's a really high rating. Lowest rated film on the list is a draw between The Open House and Hotbot, which are 3.3.
How have they got a 3.3?
I don't know. I was quite surprised The Open House was quite that low. But we've got them next to each other on the table. So Between Worlds and Sierra Burgess is a Loser are both higher. Between Worlds is rated at 4.6 and Sierra Burgess is rated at 5.9. The average IMDb rating is 5.5.
That's right in the middle.
Which is also the rating for The Package.
Right.
The longest film on the list, do you know?
Hold the Dark?
No, Mirage.
Oh, was it?
2 hours and 8 minutes. Shortest film on the list, I've already told you.
Yes.
Murder Party, 1 hour and 19 minutes. So the average film time is 1 hour and 34 minutes, which is the running time of The Package. So the most average film on the list is The Package.
All roads lead to The Package.
Absolutely. So yeah, because that runs at 1 hour 34 minutes, and that's all my stats, I think.
Good. Well, there's some interesting stats in there.
Yeah, I thought so. Do we move on to the middle 8?
Yes. Well, you're going to do a song.
So, the middle eight is number 17 was The Cured.
The Cured.
I have issues with The Cured.
Yeah, it weren't great, was it?
No, and I think it's high.
Too high?
Too high.
I don't think you can justify that.
I don't think I can either. That's the problem.
No, you say it's too high, but there's nothing below it that's worse.
There's not. And
so I think it's in the right place.
Yeah, but 17 seems really high for it. The more I thought about The Cured ever since I've watched it, the more it goes down in my estimation.
Yeah, so The Cured was the Irish...
Yeah, it's an Irish not
zombie film, which is all working as an allegory for the sort of the troubles in Ireland.
Yeah.
And it was the first film to star an Oscar nominee on our list.
Yeah, it was. Ellen Page. The only film, I think.
And, no, Nicolas Cage has won an Oscar.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he has.
It's not great. I didn't mind it at the time, but yeah, no. I agree. It did slip down somewhat in my...
Yeah, I think it's from where it was when we listed it. I think it has probably dropped down a little bit.
I mean, if I'm being completely honest, it was, I think I said this in the episode, it was on the verge of a bit boring, to be honest.
I agree. I thought it was really boring.
So I don't really have anything to recommend about it.
No, nor me, so let's move on.
I mean, just before you move on, I was one of the things I was going to ask you is, what is something you'd like to find in Series 2? Because a good zombie film would be...
Yeah.
Something to look out for.
I think a good zombie film would be great to find.
Or a good modern one, because we're going to talk about a retro one later on.
Yeah, a good modern zombie film. I'd really like to find a good monster film.
Okay.
Like a creature feature type thing, something like that.
I don't think any of the horrors we've seen have come up to scratch.
Agreed.
To be honest.
Agreed.
And I know, it's a genre that's probably one of the easiest to make cheap.
Yeah.
And sellable films.
There's plenty of horror films out there.
But
plenty.
There's got to be some good horror films at the bottom of the stream. But we've not caught any yet.
Not yet. Yeah, so I'd like to find a good horror film. I'd like to find a good monster film. And I'd like to find a good zombie film.
Okay.
I'd like to find a good comedy as well.
We found a couple.
Yeah. But really good.
Okay, fine. We'll talk about that when we get nearer the top.
Next on the list is The Lazarus Effect.
Number 16 is The Lazarus Effect.
Last week's episode. The season finale.
Awful.
Do you think it's placed right?
Yes, for the same reasons as The Cure. But it's awful, but it's more watchable than anything below it.
Yeah, agreed.
Because it's stupid, and it kept my attention because there's so much wrong with it. Yeah. Like, it's half finished.
Yeah.
We talked about the title sequence that's in there.
There's no
it's got no titles in it. It's just 2 minutes of computer-generated cells merging and viruses. It was clearly supposed to be a title sequence.
Yeah.
The sound effects aren't finished.
Yeah.
The CGI is awful.
Yeah.
And as we said, it blatantly only got released because the people who filmed it in 2013
were famous
by 2015.
Yeah.
It might be one of the most star-studded films on the list.
Yeah, it probably is.
Olivia Wilde, Donald Glover,
Evan Peters.
That's him.
And
Mark Duplass. But it's bad.
It's really bad. It's really bad. Yeah, that was last week's episode, so if you want to check that one out, that was our season finale. Where does Ross have that one? 18th. He's got that lower than us.
Yeah, well, it's the same ballpark, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not too different.
15 was I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House.
I'm looking forward to not having to say that title again.
Me too. Episode 19, that was.
Could have been more. A missed opportunity.
Really wish it had been more.
I would say.
Really good idea for a film. It's got a spooky looking ghost in it.
Traditional haunted house movie.
Just not scary.
They're trying to make this oppressive atmosphere. It's hot. It's the summer.
Yeah.
The crickets are going all the way through. It is a creepy house. They do an okay job of making the house a character in the film that is ominous. And it just doesn't get going.
No, never did. It's a real shame. I think I was really disappointed in it because could be so much more than it is.
Ross has it a lot lower than us.
Does he?
He has it 21st.
Wow.
Which I couldn't really argue with.
No, it could. We're in the middle of our horror film section.
Shifting any of these around a few is it's no great shake, is it?
Next on the list, we're number 14.
Wish Upon.
Wish Upon. Now, we disagreed slightly on Wish Upon.
You really liked it.
I liked it. I wouldn't say I really liked it.
You wanted it a lot higher.
I did want it a lot higher. I still think it deserves to be a lot higher.
Absolutely not.
It's certainly better than the two films above it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, this was our first big argument, wasn't it? We're going to have it again. Wish Upon is a kind of Final Destination-y type horror film.
Yeah.
but it never does really get going. And
it's got a couple of jump scares in it.
Yeah.
But it has got zero originality.
Yeah.
Although it has a couple of jump scares in it, none of the deaths are fun because it shies away from any real gore because it's obviously sort of going for a lower rating. It's stupid.
Yeah.
No, it's exactly where it should be.
Okay. Talking of films that are not where they should be, number 13 was our second big argument, was Win It All.
Yeah.
I really didn't like this.
Win It All was another not as good as it should have been.
Yeah. It was completely contentless. It was full of montages. There was no action. There was a whole great big bit in the middle that didn't need to be there. It's too high for me.
So there's a lot of good people in Win It All. Jake Johnson.
Yeah, Jake Johnson.
Great. Joe Latrulio.
Yeah.
Great. I know this is the sort of film that you would not... No. You wouldn't go anywhere near.
No.
So it's a kind of mumblecore... Sort of, it's going for a bit of, sweetness with the characters.
Yeah.
You took umbrage because it's not a comedy.
Yeah, I did.
It is a comedy.
It's not.
It's not a drama.
It's not a drama or a comedy. It's not dramatic or funny.
I didn't have that issue with it. The issue I had with it was that it didn't feel high stakes and this guy was supposed to be gambling his life away. Yeah. And that they never successfully managed to get that through the screen, and that sort of drama never came through.
Yeah.
I think it's better than everything else that's below it.
Isn't better than Wish Upon.
Okay.
It isn't.
Agree to disagree on that one.
We have agreed to disagree with that. 12th was Bottom of the World.
Yep.
Which was episode 11, which was the weird, fantasy, dreamy...
Yeah, I was surprised you wanted like Wish Upon to go above that, because I thought Bottom of the World was right up your street.
I really like Bottom of the World. We're getting into the top end of this list now, or the top half of the list. And
so I think this is where the good films start.
Agreed. It is. It completely is. And Bottom of the World is a good film.
Yeah. It's very different for anything else.
Very different.
So it's all sort of trippy. It's a bit like Hunter S. Thompson kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it.
Out in the desert, and you don't really know what's going on till it all comes together at the end. You don't know which bits are imagined, which bits are real, and it's fine. Good performances, and
it's right up my street. It's the exact sort of film that I like watching. It's weird. It's got a story to it. It's got a nice twist at the end.
So we had it 12th, and Ross had it in his top 10. It was number 9.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's somewhere around there. It's fine for it.
It's got a cute little twist at the end that pretty much works.
I enjoyed the twist. I enjoyed the film. I can't say much more than that. It's all right. It's good. I probably would watch it again if I got the chance.
It's interesting how we ended up sort of rating some of these, because obviously it's really subjective, but I did find that sort of helped as a sort of one of the ways to rate them was, would I go back to this?
Yeah, that's what I kind of went with towards the end, because as we got to the end of the table, it was hard to get things in. So I was going, would I watch this again or would I watch that again? And that's where I would try to put.
Which is
the way we had to do it, which is one of the reasons why we closed the table, because it gets harder every week to put things in it.
Yeah.
And we don't want to be like, oh, this is the 73rd best film we've seen.
No. Because then you just get a wodge of stuff that there's nothing to choose
doesn't mean
between.
anything. Exactly.
Because even with this, you've got although you've got a film that's 12th, Bottom of the World, a film that's 13th, Win It All.
Yeah.
The actual gap between them
is massive.
It's quite big.
Yeah, and there's a lot of big gaps in there.
Yeah.
In the table. Above that was When We First Met, number 11.
Surprisingly high.
I agree.
Considering what I thought it was going to be from the trailer and stuff.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's bland.
Yeah.
It's inoffensive.
Yeah.
It's what I would say standard Sunday night Netflix.
It's the epitome of a Netflix original.
But it's got quite a nice sweetness.
It's got a charm to it. It's sweet.
It's trying to evoke things like Big.
Yeah.
And stuff like that from the 80s. So
it's a fun.
It almost feels like a film you've seen.
Yeah.
Does that sound?
Yeah, that makes
sense.
Make sense? No, I think you're right. It does. It's
as you're watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. That's a good way to put it.
I'm surprised. I thought you were going to hate it.
I know. I thought I was going to hate it.
And you actually...
I didn't.
Probably liked it as much as I did.
Yeah, probably. And it is completely... I would never have watched it otherwise.
So, our friend Ross...
Yeah.
He did not like it.
He did not like it. Me and him actually had a conversation about this film.
So he's got it all the way down in 20 seconds.
Yeah, he really didn't like it. He found it as offensive as Sierra Burgess.
Really?
That's what he told me, because he looked at it as this guy was stalking this woman who didn't want to be stalked.
You could look at it
It's
like
a good
that,
opinion. It's a solid opinion, but it's not how I looked at it.
Well, no, because it's the time travel. It's not,
it's chintzy.
It's not.
It's certainly not as offensive
It's
as
not
Sarah
trying to be
Burgess.
real, is it?
No, it is not as offensive as Sarah Burgess is. That's for sure. Number 10.
Top
Going
10.
into the top 10. And the 10th film on the list is Don't Kill It.
A lot of fun, Don't Kill It.
Remember it fondly.
Dolph Lundgren, Demon Hunter.
That was him. I couldn't remember his name then. I was hoping you could. It was episode 7 of the podcast, so it was early doors. I think it's a lot. I've got really fond memories of watching it. There's really fun moments in it. I definitely would watch it again. There was a bit in the middle that you didn't really like, where she found out that she was an angel or something like that.
Oh yeah, it just came a bit out of nowhere. And yeah, it slowed the whole thing down. It came down to a bit of a halt. But it's only a short film, and it's not long before the next demon slaying scene.
Yeah, definitely.
The scene where the demon is jumping between hosts in the church when they're having in the town hall where they're having the meeting.
It's brilliant.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's the second shortest film on the list.
Okay.
83 minutes long. It's a lot of fun, and I would definitely recommend Don't Kill It. I think I really enjoyed it. It definitely deserves to be in the top 10. That's the end of the second section. We're moving into the...
No, it's not. We've got one more. We're splitting them into 8s, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're on 9, and we said we're going to leave the one
at
the top. So 2 to 9 is the top
section.
section.
Right, okay. Fine.
Come on. Haven't you got a maths degree?
No.
Oh. Well, you should have.
I can't do maths.
You went to uni. Shall we move straight in? There's no reason to stop, I don't think.
No.
We don't need to interrupt ourselves with anything. I'm going to interrupt ourselves in a minute.
Okay.
Because I didn't mention this at the beginning. We were going to do a competition.
Oh, of course, yes.
So I'm going to do that at some point.
Right.
So I'll surprise you with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Drop that in there.
So 9th is I Think We're Alone Now.
Yeah.
Which was Peter Dinklage.
And Elle Fanning.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic clean-up movie.
Yeah.
Bit like live-action Wall-E.
Yeah, I think that is the phrase
That's
I
how
used.
we described it.
He's very good. She's very good in it.
It's good. It's good. It's good story. Good end.
And you can see
Weird
why it appeals. There's only 4 people in this movie.
Yeah.
And so you can see why it attracted a high calibre of actor. Paul Giamatti is in it as well.
Yeah.
That's good. Again, it's got quite a neat little twist at the end.
Yeah. The ending's a bit wacky.
Arguably, it's on reflection, it may be a little high.
I think it's too high.
But not by much.
No, I think it should switch places with Don't Kill It. Other than that, I wouldn't have it much lower than that, I don't think.
No, these are very close, these sort of 3 or 4 here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good film. Good film.
Definitely.
So number 8 is Bait.
This is where I'm going to do our competition.
Okay. Go for
competition time. Insert competition siren. Yeah, we've got hold of a copy of Bait on Blu Ray.
We have.
3D Blu Ray.
Yeah.
And we want to give that to you guys, because we don't want it.
I've seen it.
I've got Netflix.
Give it away.
Yeah. So if you want a copy of Bait on Blu Ray, we're going to do a competition. And that competition has a question, which you must tweet us or Instagram us or email us the answer to. Do you want to know what the question is?
Yes, please.
What was Nick's one-word review of Bait? Do you remember?
No.
Okay.
Obviously, genuinely do not know. Can't remember.
Obviously, the episode is out there. It's episode 2 of the podcast. So, we always do the one-word reviews near the beginning. So if you want to give it a listen and find out what the answer was, or you might remember. So tweet us, Instagram us, email us, write it on a carrier pigeon, do whatever you can to get the answer to us, and you may win a copy of Bait on Blu Ray. And we'll chuck some stickers in as well. Okay.
We'll give people a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'll put it out on Twitter and Instagram as well, and we'll go from there. But yeah, if you want to get hold of a copy of Bait on Blu Ray, let us know what Nick's one-word review of Bait was. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I'm truly stumped because I can't remember what it was.
I'm not going to tell you.
No. I'll have to listen.
Do you want to talk briefly about Bait?
Bait is fun. So Bait is basically the great white sharks stuck in a supermarket.
Yes.
With a ragtag bunch of characters.
Yeah, it was episode 2 of the podcast. It was early, and it's our shortest episode.
Oh, really?
We only did 26 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's a stupid...
It's a shark movie.
A good... Yeah, it's fun.
If you love shark movies, you're going to enjoy it. I love shark movies, and I enjoyed it. That's why it's this high up on the list. At the time, it was a lot. Well, it was a lot higher because it was second.
It was second for quite a while, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Definitely go and watch Bait. It's fun. And if you want to watch it on Blu Ray, enter the competition.
So, yeah, please do. And so after Bait, I now think we're getting into the really good stuff.
Yeah.
So then the
top 7 are all wonderful films.
I'm really glad that we found them through this.
Yeah. So I mean, we started this podcast to find some hidden gems, and I think we found 7 of them.
Yeah.
Maybe 8. Bait's good. But I think the top 7 is ones that we would recommend to anybody.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a bit of a distinction between those top 7 personally. So number 7 is The Night of the Comet.
Yeah, 80s.
Is this our oldest film?
Yeah, by far. 80s zombie end of the world kind of film.
Yeah, comet zombies.
The most 80s soundtrack of a film.
So much synth in it. It's brilliant.
80s graphics, 80s acting, 80s dress code. It's the most 80s film you're going to find on Netflix, I think.
It's genuinely funny.
It's genuinely funny. It's genuinely good.
Yeah.
Like, really good.
It's a bit creepy.
Yeah.
And I just really enjoyed it.
Agreed. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. And I don't know if it's a nostalgia thing of, we're from the 80s, so that's what it is. But I really enjoyed Night of the Comet. And because of Night of the Comet, I've added a couple more 80s films onto the list. So we may get some more. And there are a couple more on Netflix. 2
really strong female characters in it.
Yeah.
All of the 3 leads were really good. Yeah. The 2 sisters and what was the name of I can't remember the name of the cowboy guy who they met. But really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, really enjoyable. It's almost my most surprising film, my most pleasant surprise on this list.
Okay.
But not quite.
We'll get to that in a minute. Number 6 is Cube.
Yep.
So Cube was a little bit different on episode number 9. Number 9, that feels much more recent than that. Cube we had both seen before. It was the only film on the list that we had seen before.
Yeah, not for about 20 years.
Yeah, it had been a long time. This was 97, I think Cube is.
Yeah. So we were curious to check it out, and because we had sort of fonder memories of it, and to see if it held up.
And it does, because it got in at number 6 on the list, because it's a really, really good film. It's a low-budget horror film. People stuck in a cube, basically, what it is, and they're trying to get out. Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good. We can't just keep saying these are really, really good, but they are. Yeah, check out Cube.
But Cube's low budget, but it doesn't
feel low budget.
It doesn't look that. It looks a bit dated, but it doesn't look that low budget. It's got some really creative deaths in it. Yeah, the acting's a bit ropey with a couple of the guys in there, but it's got a really good gimmick. It's got enough story and plot to drive it through.
It inspired those early 2000s gory films.
Yeah, definitely.
Things like Saw and Hostel.
Oh, you can see that their footprint. This Cube's fingerprints are all over those films.
Yeah, and they wouldn't exist without it. And Cube kind of paved the way. It came a bit earlier than I think Saw's 2004, and it kind of paved the way for them. Yeah, it's definitely worth watching. And if you're into them sort of films, Saw, Hostel, just go and watch them. Go and watch Cube because it's really good. Number 5 is Little Evil.
Yep.
Which is a Netflix original starring Adam Scott. I can't remember his name.
Evangeline
Lilly.
That's the highest comedy on our list.
It is the highest comedy.
So it's basically an homage to films like The Omen, Poltergeist.
Yeah.
And it's directed by the same chap whose name goes out of my head, who directed Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
Yeah, what's his name? Eli Craig. Yeah, so the film's directed by Eli Craig. And
he cast his mum in the film.
He does, yeah.
Sally
Field's his mum. Little Evil was at the top of the list for a long time.
It's really funny.
It is really funny.
It's got a lot of sight gags in it.
Yeah.
Bit of slapstick. References to a lot of other horror films.
Yeah.
Things like Shaun of the Dead, like you said, Poltergeist, The Omen. Look, it's good.
It's really good. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a parody of those kind of films.
No, it is an homage. Yeah, definitely.
The next 4 films we're going to talk about are all Netflix originals. The only one that isn't now is the top of the list one.
Okay.
So the next one on the list was Hold the Dark.
Yep.
Which was episode 21, which is the Wolf in Alaska type film.
Yeah, so this is also directed by Jeremy Saulnier, who directed Murder
Party. Yeah.
And it's a beautiful looking film.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So it's set in the wilds of Alaska, and it's basically this old hunter looking for a pack of wolves that may or may not have killed this lady's little boy.
Yeah, and then it goes about halfway through and gets really weird.
Yeah.
It has the best scene I think we've seen in the whole list, with the shootout between the cops.
I think so. I think that is the best single scene that's in any of these films.
Yeah, agreed.
Is the shootout in the village.
Yeah.
Which goes on for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it's constant, and it's so loud, and it's completely in contrast to the rest of the film, and it's perfect. It's a really good scene. We're getting in the top 3. Number 3 is Revenger.
Yes, Revenger. What a film.
This is a magnificent piece of work. It is Korean.
Yeah.
It's set on a prison island, and it's a war between an ex-cop and a criminal, and lots of other people get in the way and get maimed and chopped and punched and beaten, but it's just batshit crazy.
Yeah, it's
From
great.
Start to finish, it's fun.
As long as you don't mind your violence, limbs breaking and snapping, and
there's a lot of that, but it's fun.
Yeah,
and that is the main thing about that film. Is I was not looking forward to watching it, and it is fun. It's probably the most fun I've had on the
Flies
list.
by.
It does, absolutely does. It's probably the most fun I've had on the list.
Does that mean we can look for another martial arts film to add to the list?
Definitely. I'm all over.
I'll see what I can find.
Yeah, definitely check out Revenger. It is subtitled, but parts of it are in English, and there's not a lot of dialogue in it anyway. But yeah, it's really good.
Just made it a bit more difficult to make notes.
Yeah, it did.
And read it at the same time.
Yeah.
But no, brilliant. Can't recommend it enough.
Number 2?
Number 2 is another foreign language film.
It is.
Which, I will say this now, considering we're after hidden gems, but we've found a lot of schlocky, sort of not so good stuff. We've ended up with 2 foreign language films in the top 3.
Yeah.
That's going to make you listen. You seem very pretentious.
Yeah, and we're not. I mean, I am a bit. But Mirage 100% deserves to be there.
Oh, yeah.
And you could easily argue that it deserves to be at number 1.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. Mirage, number 2. So
Ross has it at number 4.
Okay, that's interesting.
You've got Night of the Comet at number 2.
Yeah, I know. Ross you could have an argument for that. I
bloody enjoyed it.
Few are that good. But
going back to Mirage,
Mirage is the time travel thriller from Spain.
Yes, and
it's great.
It's dubbed, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah. It's not subtitled.
It's just had me along for the ride the whole way through.
I'll put it out there. I've got a lot of time for Mirage. I would definitely watch it again. Of all of these films, I probably will watch that one again, because I'm sure there's stuff in there that you've missed.
Yeah, again, it's got a lot of cool references, like Back to the Future, all this sort of time travel films. It's got a really good twist at the end, which I did not see coming. I know you did, but I was taken away with it completely. Yeah. And it is the most pleasant surprise for me on this list.
When that came out, I really didn't want to watch it.
Yeah,
because I don't want to do a foreign language film, but it's marvellous. It is an absolute masterpiece. I love it. I absolutely love it, and I can't speak highly enough of it. It's really good. Yeah,
and all the performances are great.
It would be at number 1 if it wasn't for the absolute great documentary that is there.
Yeah, so number 1 was The Dawn Wall.
Yes, going into number 1. The Dawn Wall is a documentary.
Was it episode 10?
Yes. So good memory.
It has been the top.
It's been at the top for 15 weeks.
4 months, basically. Yeah.
And you can't argue. I would be surprised if anything would have beaten it.
Gripping.
Really, literally.
Yeah, unlike for Kevin Jorgensen.
Yeah.
Fascinated, gripping. Again, beautiful looking film. I thought we were just getting a film about 2 guys climbing a wall, climbing a rock, climbing a mountain, which it is. An amazing feat. But I can kind of get my head around that. What it actually turned out to be, with all the trials all
the twists and turns that he goes through. If you've not seen The Dawn Wall yet, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's the best documentary I've ever seen.
It would not be far off for me. So I can think of a couple of sports documentaries that are quite close to my heart, but it would not interest anyone else. But
you're talking like beyond the map.
No. I was thinking of the I Believe in Miracles, which is the documentary about Nottingham Forest winning the European Cup.
Okay. You are a Forest fan.
Yeah.
So.
But the Dawn Wars, it's fantastic.
It is fantastic. It is so well made. It's tense. It is gripping all the way through. The relief you feel at the end when they get to the end is,
and it's heartwarming as well. It's got a bit of everything.
It's brilliant.
You know, Tommy Caldwell is just, his story is just amazing.
It is. He's like a real life superhero.
Is it fair that a documentary is the top?
This is the argument I've been having with myself because I don't know. I really don't. I mean,
yeah, I think you can't overthink it. It's the best film we've seen.
It is. If you're going as this is the best film we've seen, then yeah, it is the best film we've seen. But is it a film? Yeah. I know what you think. I can justify the Dawn Wall being at the top of the list, but I can also justify the Dawn Wall not being allowed on the list.
Yeah.
But it's on there and it's staying on there and it's well worth watching.
Yeah. Check it out.
So check it out. Yeah. So that's the stream table. The 25 films on there. Overall, what are your thoughts on it?
I like the range we've had.
Yeah.
So I think we have selected everything completely at random, apart from Cube, because we specifically wanted to watch that.
Yes.
That week. But everything else has totally been selected at random by the app. And I'm quite pleased that we've had a decent range across genres. So I'm really happy that that's came out. Like I said, I think the top 6 or 7 are genuinely great films.
Yeah.
The bottom 10 are pretty shit.
Yeah.
But that's part of the fun.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that was going to happen. We knew we weren't going to find 25 great films.
I think the gulf in quality has surprised me.
Yeah.
So from like a couple of those we've just talked about how great they are, going back to something like The Lazarus Effect, which was literally a not finished film.
Yeah.
That's really surprised me. But again, it's made them all really fun to talk about.
Netflix like not finished films. Have you seen that they've put The Snowman on there today? That is not a finished film. Do not watch that, whatever you do, because you will not get that time back. That is probably the second or third worst film I've ever seen.
Okay, I won't check that out.
Don't watch it. I don't know why Netflix have put it on. It's not finished. There's great big gaps in it that are not finished.
How about you? What are your
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it overall. I think there's a couple of things in there I'd like to move. There's a couple of things in there that I'm not quite happy with, but overall, I really like it. I think that we've done well. I'm proud of us.
What would you move if you could move one?
If I could only move one?
Yeah. If I wasn't here, and you didn't have to argue it with me.
That's a tough one because there's two on there that I don't think are in the right place.
Well, you can only choose one.
I would move The Cured down.
Well, I think that's a waste of a hypothetical move, but okay.
I was between that or moving Wish Upon Up. But both of them I'd only move one place.
Okay.
I would...
Well, you must have got it right then.
Yeah, exactly. I would switch Wish Upon and Win It All. And I would switch The Cured in the package. What about you?
I'd move Win It All to number 1.
You're an idiot.
Just to piss you off.
I'd never talk to you again. No, seriously.
Seriously, I think I would drop I Think We're Alone Now.
Yeah. With Below Don't Kill It.
And When We First Met.
Wow, down 2.
And Bottom of the World.
What? Whoa, okay.
Maybe Win It All.
So you think I Think We're Alone Now is really in the wrong place?
And that's not to say I don't like it. I just think I might have enjoyed it less than those 2 or 3 below it.
I definitely think Don't Kill It should be above it.
Yeah.
This memories, isn't it? It's like how it's nostalgia and how you remember things, because at the time that was the right place to put it.
Yeah.
So
no, but on the whole, yeah, quite happy with it. So just for reference, Ross had The Dawn Wall at number 1 as well.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I think anybody would. I think absolutely anybody would. So our top and bottoms were the same.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Good. Well, here's to season 2.
We got anything else we need to talk about?
We changing things around a little bit for next series.
We are. Do you want to explain?
Only a smidge.
Yeah, we don't think there's that much wrong with our format. If we're honest, we quite enjoy what we do. We think you guys enjoy what we do. So
we're just going to crack on. So what we have been talking about is we're big believers in the randomizer.
Yeah,
I like the fact that it gives us a we don't know what's coming, and it could throw out anything that's on that sort of bigger list, which is now up to sort of.
I think we counted 72, didn't we?
70 odd films.
Yeah, because we audited it over the weekend.
We've got plenty to keep going. But I think what we're going to do for season 2 is introduce a wild card rule.
Ooh. What is a wild card rule?
You're going to have to find a sound effect.
So
we're going to have one wild card each in the season.
For the whole season?
Yes.
So we get to play it once during the whole season?
Once each, yes.
Yeah.
And if you choose to play the wild card, you can override the buzzer.
Yeah.
The randomizer.
Yeah.
And you can choose next week's film.
Yes.
But use it wisely.
Because you only get one shot.
Yes. Alright, Eminem.
Can we have seen this film before?
Do you want...
We're having a live debate. I think that should be an option.
Fine.
So, as long as it's at the bottom of the stream.
Oh, yeah, we won't put any rules on the wild card then.
Yeah.
So it's a free hit.
It's a free-for-all. So, yeah. Because I think I've already got in my head what I'm going to play it on, but I just don't know when. So
Spice World, the movie?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yeah, so I think that's the only thing we're going to change.
That's what we win it all again?
No. We're not going to use the wild card on a film we've already done this season. No repeats. That'd be stupid. We can, after the buzzer goes and the film is selected.
Before?
No, I would say after.
Okay. Well.
After the buzzer goes, we've selected a film, one of us can say, I don't want to watch that, I'm playing my wild card.
Yeah, that one goes back in the bag.
That one goes back in the bag. So look out for that. 2 points in the next 25 weeks.
Yeah.
Because we're going to do another 25-week season.
I think so. I don't want to make it any... I don't think the table could be any bigger than that.
No.
And then it just works out with the calendars, doesn't it? So
yeah, because that should take us to a year.
Yeah. 2 series through the year.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Wow.
As always, open to any feedback, questions, comments. We've given you all the socials. Get in touch. Enter the competition.
Please enter the competition because I want to get rid of that Blu Ray. And some stickers. You can have some stickers. Just tweet us and just ask us some. Yeah. And we'll send you them.
Enter the competition and someone is going to get a copy of Bait.
On Blu Ray. 3D Blu Ray as well. Did I mention it was 3D?
Yeah. Get the glasses with it and everything.
You don't.
Oh.
You have to have a 3D telly.
Right.
Or a VR headset. I think we're done. All we've got to do now is select the film for next week.
Yes.
So we're going to use the same randomizer because I'm not programming into another one. Now let me find the app. So I think we audited the list and we made sure everything's still on Netflix.
Yeah.
Obviously some of these have been on it for 6 months.
Yeah, there's a couple we had to take out.
There's a couple that we had to disqualify. We added a few more on over the weekend. So I'm pretty sure we said 72 films are on this list. So the randomizer for the first episode of season 2 of Bottom of the Stream is Michael Inside.
Okay.
I wonder if it's like being John Malkovich.
You've got a lot cleaner mind than I have. That's all I'm saying.
Michael Inside. Okay, here we go. Right, we're starting off with a drama from 2017. It says, an 18-year-old man living in a Dublin housing estate with his grandfather is caught holding drugs for his friend's older brother and is sentenced to 3 months in prison. So he's inside in the terms that he's in prison.
Got ya.
Do you want to watch the trailer?
Yes.
We won't be able for it. It won't be as bad as you think. It will. You made a mistake.
Stay away from here.
I'm sorry.
It's a bit late now, isn't it?
You'll have to toughen up, Michael. Just keep your head down and you'll be okay. There's a lot of normal people in there. You can do it.
Hello?
Can't. You can't. You're not a kid anymore.
We're not going to have any trouble with you now, are we? Do you know anyone in here?
Okay. Do I say it?
You have to attack that fella.
What's your problem?
I'm not asking. How's that?
I can't do it.
I'm not cut out for it.
What the fuck is this?
Won't make it. You've got to fight back in here, Michael.
Yeah, I hope it's a gritty Irish drama. Now, we don't have good respect for gritty Irish dramas because I hope it's better than The Cured.
Yeah, me too.
It looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. So yeah, join us in season 2. And we'll be back next week for season 2.
We'll see you then.
Yeah, cheers.
Bye.
Bye.